Hey everyone. All right, so this is rotations part two. So we're going to talk about these 4 points, just kind of reviewing what we talked about with our shortcuts. So for point A, our pre-image is 0, 3, and we're going to do all three of the rotations. So for the first one, um, it's 90 degrees clockwise, 270 counterclockwise. So that's, you switch your X and Y, and then X is opposite. So if we switch our X and Y, it's now 3, 0, and then X would be negative here, but 0 doesn't get a negative. We don't put a negative with 0, so it's just 0. So then our second one, 180-degree rotation, which can be clockwise or counterclockwise because it's the same thing, is just opposite X, opposite Y. So 0 is just 0, and then opposite 3. Then the last one is 270 counter or clockwise, and then 90 degrees counterclockwise, which is opposite Y and then X. So opposite Y means that we have a -3, and then we move our X value. All right, so we're going to do B, C, and D. So same idea. We're going 90 degrees clockwise. So this would be 1, -4. For the next one, it's opposite XY. So opposite X, opposite Y. And then we've got our 270-degree clockwise or 90-degree counterclockwise. You're going to see that one more often. It's opposite Y and then X. And so that's what they look like. So for point C, we've got -1, 5. Okay, and then again, we're switching our points. So this is 5, and then opposite X would be a +1. 180-degree rotation would be opposite for both. So 1 is now positive and 5 is now negative. And then our 90-degree counterclockwise, 270 clockwise, is opposite Y, and then X is the same. All right, and then one more just to finish it up. Same idea, so -6, 0 for 90 degrees clockwise is Y first, and then opposite X. And then 180 degrees is just opposite X, opposite Y, so we have 6, 0. And then our last one for 90 degrees counterclockwise is opposite Y, so it's just 0, and then X is normal. All right, so that was our shortcuts that we talked about the other day. We're going to do some extra practice down here. So it says draw a rotation of each figure 90 degrees about the origin and label the coordinates for the new image for number 1 and number 2. So for the first one, we're going to go 90 degrees clockwise. Number 2, we're going to go 90 degrees counterclockwise. All right, so you need to take this time and go ahead and graph your pre-image. All right, so we've got triangle XYZ, and we're going 90 degrees clockwise. So if we're using our table to help us, 90 degrees clockwise is Y opposite X. So I'm going to write that over here. So we've got Y opposite X. Okay, so that means I'm going to go over here. X prime will change to -1 and 0. There's no opposite. So -1, 0 is right there. Y prime will become 1, -3. So 1, 1, 2, 3. And Z prime will become 5, -1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then -1. So then when we connect our points and label, it should look like we've turned it just 90 degrees around the origin. All right, so that is number 1. So number 2, we have triangle RST with vertices listed. So go ahead and do your pre-image. All right, so there's our pre-image RST, and so we're doing counterclockwise here, the 90 degrees counterclockwise. So 90 degrees counterclockwise is this last column. It's going to be opposite Y, X. So I'm just going to write that. So this is what I would be doing while I'm working on my problems, is just make sure that you have the right shortcuts to help you so you don't have to do the overcomplicated geometry version that you will learn next year. So that means r prime is going to be opposite y and then x. So now we have -1, 0. S prime is going to be opposite y and then x, so -1, 5. So -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then t prime is going to be opposite y, positive x. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. I'm going to connect my dots so I can see how my shape has moved, and I need to label these as well. So this first one is r prime, this one's s prime, and this one's t prime. So it is turned just ever so slightly. All right, so the next ones we're going to take a look at. Let's do one of these down here. Okay, so number 6 we're going to do together. We have this nice little chart. So we have the figure XYZ. We're going to do a rotation of 90 degrees clockwise. So again, if you recall from your chart, 90 degrees clockwise, or this problem, clockwise is y opposite x. So I'm just going to write that here, y opposite x. So we have these points, we need to figure out what x, y, and z are. So x is at -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then y is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. And then z is at 3, 1. So we're going to do a rotation of 90 degrees clockwise, which is y opposite x. Okay. So we're rotating. We're just going to switch our x and our y. And then we're going to say opposite. So x prime is at now 5, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. That's x prime. Switching an opposite x, we have 2 and then -5. So y prime is at 2, -5. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's y prime. And then z, switch an opposite x. So z prime is now at 1, -3. So 1, 1, 2, 3. Z prime, and then connect your dots. And there you go. Okay, so I'm going to have you do number 7 on your own. And after you do number 7 and you check your answers in Edpuzzle, you're going to go ahead and do number 4 on your own, quadrilateral. All right, have a good day, you guys.